Let's wait for the recording to start. All right, once again, good afternoon. This is our online lesson 15. Okay, today we're going to look at sketching the graphs of quadratic function. We are going to learn how to, if given a quadratic function, how to sketch the graph. Not draw, sketch, meaning we don't actually have to build any table and so on. Just based on concept, we do a rough sketch, but putting all the important and necessary information on our sketch. Now we have one issue here. Remember this chart is one very important chart. The issue now is the function given can be in any form. It can be in general form, can be in vertex form, which if this is the case, we are lucky, and it can be in intercept form. So some students, they only learn one method. So meaning they can only sketch if the function is in vertex form. So that is being not so flexible. So meaning if you are given intercept form or general form, you cannot sketch anymore, and the student will need to spend time converting or transforming from intercept or general form back to vertex form before that one student can sketch. I think that is very time consuming, and we can make mistake. In actual fact, because vertex, to sketch a graph, vertex, the point, the maximum and minimum point, or the minimum point is crucial. So if we can get the vertex from here or from here without transforming, then that is best. So we are going to do at least 3 examples, meaning I'm going to give first in vertex form, later in general form or in intercept form, and we see how we do the sketch.
Sir.
Yes.
If Ananik is here.
Yeah, I know. Okay, thank you very much. Now, okay. So let's start. Let's start. I will start with one in vertex form. So hopefully you have watched the 2 or the 3 videos. Because those are the background. At least the last video to this concept. To this concept. Put this down. Now, as you can see here, also in your textbook, page 60, there are certain steps, but I think I modify the steps slightly. Then you can take that down later. Okay, let's start. Ifan Anik is here. All right. Okay. Now let's start. Maybe I will take the first example, meaning is in the vertex form. Say for instance, x minus 1 squared minus 4. I'm going to do another 3 videos if I have the time for each one of these, and then from there, hopefully you can learn and view this over and over again. Now this is already in vertex form. So I think to sketch the graph, I think the first thing that you need to do is to check the shape of the graph. Checking the shape of the graph meaning you look at the value of A. The value of A. So in this case, the value of A, if you remember, is 1. 1. Okay. The value of A is 1. Okay. Now my chart is here. So let's. Even though you are late, but better late than not here, right? If it's 1, meaning it's positive. It is positive. So we know the graph is going to have
Happy face.
It's going to be a happy face, meaning it's going to be a parabola with a minimum point. So at least we get to know the shape of the graph by looking at A. If you follow the textbook, the textbook recommends us to look for the determinant, which I think is not necessary because I'll explain later It's not necessary. Now, getting the shape, so now we know this is the shape. Next thing is we need to know where is our vertex. So we will write shape step number 2 here, vertex. Now, so getting the vertex here, you need all kinds of method, yeah, depending on the function given, yeah. So in this case, the function is just nice, yeah. From here, we can get the vertex straight away, yeah, by taking, yeah, the vertex is 1 and -4. The x coordinate of the vertex is 1. The y coordinate is -4 from here. I hope this is no issue already, yeah, by now. So getting the vertex, in fact, if you look at some people, they get all the information before they start sketching. So I will recommend, after getting the vertex, you can actually start sketching. Yeah, you can already start sketching already, meaning you will get better picture. Start sketching here, meaning you start with the start sketching here, meaning you start with the axis, the x-axis, and the y-axis. In this case, is fx. It can be gx or hx in other example. Start sketching, and next thing you can put your vertex in already. 1, -4. So meaning you know it's somewhere here. 1, say 1, -4. Maybe it's somewhere here. Okay, so this is just a sketch. Sorry. So this is 1. Yeah, -4. So just mark the vertex 1, -4, and you know we have to draw happy face. So roughly you know the graph will open upwards, smiling. Yeah, okay. And at this point you can also, since you have the 1, you can draw this vertical line dotted the axis of symmetry passing the vertex. So this is the axis of symmetry, which is x equals to 1. So meaning you can actually start sketching after you get the vertex. All right. So next, yeah, our problem is you cannot sketch yet because we don't know whether our graph open very thinly and then not cutting here and instead cut up here. Yeah. So we don't know. So next thing we need to get is the y. No. Y-intercept. So if you compare this with your textbook, the step is slightly different. I'll explain why. Yeah. Now, how to get the y-intercept? Yeah. So on y-axis, the value of x is always 0, right? If I give you, say, this is the y-axis. Say this is 0, 1, 2, 3. This is -1, -2, and so on. And if you look at this point here, this is 0, 3, this is 0, 2, 0, 1. 0, 1. Meaning any point here, 0, -2. The x is forever 0. Yeah? So with this concept, we can write here on a y-axis, maybe we can, because in this case our y-axis is fx, we write on x is always 0. Yeah, so remember this concept. This is very important. Yeah, so I will draw a line so that you don't get mixed up. Yeah, on y-axis, x is always 0. So when x is 0, imagine x 0 here. So meaning you put 0x, you put 0 here, right? You get -1 square. -4, which is 1 minus 4, I get -3. So meaning this is actually the y-intercept. So then you can continue with your sketch. Yeah, -3 maybe somewhere here, right? Meaning now you know the graph actually cuts here, going upwards, and draw a symmetry right the other side. And then you can label here -3. All right, so it's more or less done. You get most of the marks by now. Yeah, all right, okay. So the next thing that you need to do now is, I think obviously you can see, we need to get the x-intercept to complete the sketch. Yeah, so the next thing is x-intercept. Yeah, so x-intercept here, normally we have 2. In some cases, we don't even have to do this. Yeah, imagine if you have a graph, for instance here, and This is the minimum, and happy face, right? Which you don't have x-intercept, so you don't have to do. But in all the graph, we are going to have y-intercept. Yeah, that's why we always do y-intercept first. Yeah, and x-intercept depending on the question. Yeah, some question we don't have x-intercept, therefore we can skip that step. All right, I hope that is clear. So now, how to get x-intercept? Now this is another problem. Yeah, on x-axis, y is 0, meaning fx is 0. These two are the ballet. Yeah? So you have to remember on y, x is 0. So you have to remember this as the key. Yeah, and on x, y is 0. And now I think you have to relate y with fx. Yeah? All right, meaning I can write here again so that you remember on y axis. On x-axis, y is 0. Yeah. So when y is 0, putting that back here, imagine this is 0. Yeah. Meaning now you get x minus 1 squared minus 4 equals to 0. Y equals to 0. Meaning you have to solve for x. You can expand. Yeah, but in this case, since already we are in intercept form and in the vertex form, I will move that over. I think I want to taking square root for this, which is easier rather than expanding. You can expand, but I'm not doing that. So maybe I write it here. I now expand. So x minus 1 equals to plus minus square root of 4, which is 2. Plus minus, taking square root. So x is 1 plus minus 2. So x is 1 plus 2, that's 3. 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. So these are actually the x-intercept. Yeah, there are many ways to do this. You can expand. I think this part needs a bit of practice. So you get 3, negative 1, meaning this is negative 1. This is 3. All right, so these are intercept. So with that, actually, we managed to actually complete. Yeah, I'll say complete the sketch. Yeah, why complete the sketch? Because we started sketching from these steps. Yeah, so along the way, once we get enough information, we sketch. Yeah, we fill in the blank. All right, so that is sketching the graph of quadratic function, and in this case it's rather straightforward because the function given is already in vertex form, and when it's already in vertex form, we can get the vertex straight away. That is the one easy step here. Yeah? If it's in general form, either we do it as I showed you in our last video. We have a formula for this, or we convert by completing the square. Maybe I'll do that later since I'm having that problem, and other form. Okay, so yes, your question.
How come got two values, sir?
Where?
1 plus minus 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So remember this. Maybe I'll do it again. X minus 2 squared equals to 4. All right. I can expand this, but instead I take square root. So if I take square root, I have plus minus 2. Is this a problem?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. So square root 4 equals to 2, right?
Yeah. Sorry, this is 1, right? So then I move the 1 over, you get 1 plus minus 2. So you have 1 plus 2, that's 3. 1 minus 2, that's negative 1. That's why you have 2 intercept, 2 x-intercept here.
Okay,
right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's the sketch. So let me stop the recording first. Yeah.